Toastmasters and guests. I'm pleased tonight to answer the question, who is Jack Andrew Berkowitz? So my idea was that if I tell you some autobiographical information about me and tell you where I've been and a little bit of my history, that you'd have a better understanding of what kind of person I am. And so I'll start out by saying that I was born in New York City, the son of a Hungarian man and a Jewish man and a Roman Catholic Irish American woman. I was the third child, first son, and I was given up for adoption at around the age of 2.5. My parents, for puzzling reasons to me, decided that the first two girls they would keep, and me and the next child to come along, they decided to give up for adoption. So I went, at that early age, I went by myself, because my younger sister wasn't born yet, to foster parents who lived in Newtown, Connecticut. And I lived on a street there in a Cape Cod house with 4 houses. And you could call it an umbrageous environment because there were many trees and many acres of land. And all in all, it was a good place to grow up. My early experiences set my values in life. My adopted parents were really wonderful people. They had tremendous ethics and honesty, and were compassionate people. And I really didn't understand at the time why I was moving from one family to another family, but my parents couldn't have picked better people to raise me. So in that respect, I felt very fortunate. One of the side effects of being adopted, I felt that, especially under my circumstances, was that I felt I needed to seek approval. So I had this real hunger inside me of wanting to seek approval and acceptance, I think, more than other children in my position. On this street with the 4 houses, we had some very colorful neighbors. One of them was a somewhat quasi, I'll call her surrogate grandmother to me. Her name was Katie Kugelman, and she was came here from West Germany a few years before, so she wasn't very long in this country. She had this unbelievable perfectionism. I knew during the course of my knowing her, she was married, I think, 3 times, and she was very crafty in everything she did in terms of being skilled. And every husband that she had, she could always outperform in every feat of household mechanics or whatever it might be that she would be doing, whether it be painting, gardening, fixing the house, whatever it was. And that state of perfectionism was something that I looked up to, and I think instilled in me that same drive. Another influential figure in my life was my grandfather, who I did not know because he died before I was born, but I read a lot about him, and he was a major at West Point. He taught chemistry and field artillery there, so that inspired me also. So as a student, I embraced these values of scholarly values and perfectionism, and worked very hard to achieve in school. So in my class rank in high school, I wasn't valedictorian, but did well. I ended up coming out 8th in my class. And then in college, I graduated summa cum laude, went to Brandeis University, and then later Quinnipiac. I went to work as a CPA. Deloitte was my first job, and then later at Price Waterhouse, and chose a career in corporate taxation, which has really forced me to continue learning through my whole life, and a very demanding career. So today, my priorities are work and family. I have a lovely wife, Mary Jane, and two sons, Isaac and Joseph, 13 and 14. And they keep me very busy. My hobbies are watching them play basketball, which they love, and gardening and kayaking. And I think that as I said, the adoption made me feel like I needed to prove my worth in my life so far, and it pushed me to work harder than I think I ever would have worked. So, in the way I'm viewing this experience is that I feel blessed to have the joy of achievement, and I also learned that striving for excellence doesn't always mean success, because if you're really pushing perfectionism too much, then you're missing out on a lot of experiences. So that's something that I learned. British author C.K. Chesterton said that if a thing is worth doing, it's worth doing badly, and that sounds contradictory to what I've been telling you here today about my life message. But one of the things that I've learned is striving for perfectionism can not cause one to have the failures that really help us to succeed.